right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Tragedy in Lincoln County. A woman and 3 teens killed in a head-on crash.
It's a very dangerous road.
Tonight, neighbors demanding changes.
Extremely windy conditions today with gusts over 40, near 50 miles an hour. How much longer we can expect it to be this windy, and what will warm up just a little bit more.
First tonight, remembering a St. Louis legend.
Swinging along one, there it is, baby. The Cardinals take the lead.
A 2-time World Series champion with his hometown team, and the voice of the Cardinals for generations of fans. Tonight, the tributes pouring in for Mike Shannon. Our voice, our friend, and an icon. Tonight, that is how the franchise is remembering Cardinals Hall of Famer Mike Shannon. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. Today we learned Shannon died at the age of 83. He was part of the Cardinals organization for more than 60 years. First as a player, then a broadcaster with his iconic "Get Up, Baby" call for home runs. Sports director Frank Cusimano joins us now with more on Shannon's life and legacy.
Mike, the fun story goes like this. In spring training, the first year of Mike Shannon's broadcasting career in Florida, Jack Buck asked Mike to get the umpires. Mike brought all the umpires to the booth. Jack just wanted their names. The point is, Mike Shannon had influence, and if he wanted you to do something, you would do it. He was also an incredible athlete, a 3-sport superstar at CBC, a baseball phenom who broke records in basketball and was recruited to play quarterback at Mizzou, where some said he could have won the Heisman. 1964 was the first of 3 pennants that Shannon would win with the Cardinals as a player.
Game 1 of that World Series.
Ready now, here's a pitch to Shannon. Swung on, deep into left field.
A home run off Whitey Ford is a local kid.
Back goes Fresh. This ball is home run. A home run.
That must have been the greatest throw of your life.
Well, it was.
Mike Shannon has just tied this ball game up with a tremendous home run off the scoreboard.
On the way home, I stopped and bought a paper. That's when they had 2 papers, and then the Morning Globe had come out already, and it had big block letters, Shannon's home run, such and such, you know.
After 9 years as a player, Shannon began a 50-year broadcasting career, and sleep wasn't a part of the game plan.
We'd play golf in the morning, and then we'd go to the racetrack in the afternoon, and then the ballpark at night, and then we'd have a toddy or 2. That was the routine, and then we'd start it all over again.
But those calls, those unforgettable Shannon high-energy, unfiltered moments in the booth.
Brummer's the big runner, he's at third. Brummer's stealing home, he is safe, and the Cardinals win. Brummer stole home. Swinging a ground ball. The third baseman Overfield has it. The throw. Force just pitched a no-hitter. It's the first time in the history of Cardinal baseball that a pitcher has 2 no-hitters. Swinging along one, there it is, baby. The Cardinals take the lead as Albert Pujols comes through in the pit, and the Redbirds lead this baby 5-4.
Mike Shannon was the father of 5. He lived the fullest of lives. He wasn't cheated out of a single second. He was cheered as a player and adored as a broadcaster. And I bet St. Peter told him today at the pearly gates what most of St. Louis is saying right now. A job well done.
What do you want somebody to say about you when you walk out of this booth for the final time?
Well, they enjoyed themselves, and I'm pretty sure they say that.
Mike is survived by his wife Lori, his 5 kids, and his 18 grandkids. There will never be another Mike Shannon.
Talk a little bit more about what a great athlete he was, because the coach Frank Broyles, as you mentioned, once said that if he continued to play football, he could have won the Heisman Trophy.
Mike, at CBC, he broke scoring records in basketball. We obviously know about his enormous baseball talent, but quarterback was the one thing that he may have done best. He went to Mizzou for a year, but the chance to play for the hometown Cardinals was too enticing, and that's why he chose baseball. We'll have much more on his incredible life coming up on Sports Plus, step by step. We've done dozens of interviews with him. You're going to love it.
All right. We'll look forward to that, Frank. Thanks. In announcing Shannon's passing today, Cardinals owner Bill DeWitt Jr. said, quote, Mike's unique connection to Cardinals fans and his teammates was reflected in his unbridled passion for the game, the Cardinals, and the St. Louis community. Cardinals pitcher Adam Wainwright is also offering his condolences, saying Shannon's love of Cardinals baseball and St. Louis as a whole was always on full display. A great storyteller and friend. He will be missed. Fans are also paying tribute. The news broke today, just hours before the Cardinals took the field in Los Angeles. Mark Maxwell continues our team coverage tonight. He's live outside Busch Stadium with reaction from Cardinals Nation.
Mike Shannon didn't just hit iconic moonshots out of the ballpark. He described those moments in a way that brought fans into the stadium.
Tributes to Mike Shannon crackled across the airwaves over St. Louis after Sunday's Cardinals game.
He's just a true treasure that grew up here in St. Louis.
He was an icon in St. Louis for so long. When he broke into the big leagues, construction crews had not yet broken ground on the arch.
It has been a tough day for Cardinals fans.
Cardinals radio postgame host Matt Pauley fielded calls for Shannon on KMOX radio.
And share your thoughts, share your memories.
The All-American athlete grew up to hit a home run for his hometown Cardinals in Game 1 of the 1964 World Series. He shared dugouts with Bob Gibson, Stan Musial, and Roger Maris. Shared a broadcast booth with Jack Buck, Harry Carey, and John Rooney. But what he loved most was to share stories with Cardinals fans for 50 years.
The biggest compliment I get is the visually impaired. When they come to the ballpark and they bring a radio, they say, well, the picture's painted for me.
If you were listening to a game on the radio, you could see the game. It was pretty neat.
Susan Cole was just sitting down at Lester's in Ladue when she and her friends learned Shannon died.
I loved him playing third base. He was a really great third baseman. It was a lot of fun to watch him play. And I think a couple of beers always made him, a lot more fun, too.
So many of his calls just stick with you forever.
Take a little whiff of that, big boy.
Turn on the TV and you hear a voice, especially someone like Shannon, you know it's the Cardinals.
For Corey Bruns, hearing Shannon's signature catchphrase meant his customers were having a good day.
He's got so many great Shannonisms, as they call it. Get up, baby. Yeah, that's the one that comes to mind the most.
Get up, baby, get up. Yeah. Yeah.
These fans won't soon forget the Moon Man, a Cardinals star who brought them a slice of baseball heaven.
As much time of his life he put into the organization, I think the least they could do is a statue.
Mike Shannon had those triumphs, the 2 World Series, but also faced adversity. It was kidney disease that cut his playing days short, just 9 years in Major League Baseball, all 9 of them with the Cardinals before he would become an Emmy Award-winning sportscaster. His son, Tim Shannon, said in a statement today, quote, "My dad lived his life to the fullest and he squeezed every drop from it." Live outside Busch Stadium, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
And again, our coverage of the death of Mike Shannon continues in 20 minutes on Sports Plus. Frank Cusimano and Corey Miller have put together an entire show that's a tribute to the late Cardinals legend. And right now on 5 Plus and YouTube, you can stream our 2019 sports special, Open Mic. It celebrates Shannon's Cardinals career. 5 Plus is free on Roku and Amazon Fire TV. Developing tonight, St. Louis County Police investigating a possible murder-suicide at a North County apartment complex. A man and woman were found dead this morning at Lucas Hunt Village. Investigators say the man shot the woman in her apartment before turning the gun on himself. Their identities have not yet been released. Tonight, this man is in jail in connection to a deadly shooting on a Metrolink train. 69-year-old Terry Alexander is charged with second-degree murder and armed criminal action. Investigators say Alexander was arguing with 21-year-old Malachi Brown yesterday morning when he pulled out a gun and shot him multiple times. Brown returned fire. He later died at the hospital. No one else was arrested. Police arrested Alexander when the train stopped at the Maplewood Manchester station. Tonight, 4 people are dead, including 3 teenagers, after a crash in Lincoln County. The head-on crash happened last night on Highway 79, right outside Old Monroe, on what neighbors call a dangerous curve in the road. They tell our Laura Barczewski something needs to be done.
Dangerous, destructive, and deadly are all names Gina Holland would give to this road instead of its real name, Highway 79.
The 3 years I've lived here, 79 is a dangerous road, but it is definitely the most dangerous road at night.
Saturday night around 11:45, the Missouri State Highway Patrol says 4 teenagers in a Chevy Impala were driving southbound on 79 when they crossed into oncoming traffic, hitting a woman driving a Hyundai Elantra. Holland heard it all happen as she lay in bed.
And I kind of heard some screeching of some tires, and then I heard a boom.
This field and some trees are the only things separating their house from the hazardous highway they drive every day.
We could see the helicopter landing and taking off from here. I could see the flashing emergency lights and the smoke going up.
Highway Patrol says there was only one survivor, an 18-year-old young man who was airlifted to the hospital with serious injuries. Holland's mom, Cheryl, says the constant crashes are heartbreaking.
I cried for these people. I don't know these people, but I cried for them and their families.
The family says at night it looks like the headlights give the illusion the other cars are coming straight for you as you drive around the dangerous curve, which has a 60-mile-an-hour speed limit.
But they will come flying because it's a straightaway, not realizing this curve is down here either way. And then when you're coming around that mountain there, you don't see nothing until it's an impact.
Every time a crash happens here, the Holland family immediately texts each other to make sure someone they love hasn't been hurt or even killed.
And it's ridiculous that we have lost so many people and young kids on this road, and no changes have been made yet.
Reporting in Lincoln County, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
The Holland family is hoping lights and signs can be put up to get people to slow down on that curve. The crash is still under investigation.